This is Wild Dog. Holy Vampire. Um, I do want to make this video because it's interesting for me to think about. Um, I'm at a certain point of development that I think about things, and I've had certain amounts of practice with different with using different supernatural abilities that I have. Being a vampire and with just experiencing life and I don't know. There's a certain effect that I'm feeling right now, and I want to talk about it. Psychological. I don't know why I say that so weird. Psychological. I don't know. Uh, I've learned a lot of things just being around people a lot, and it's just like I'm starting to feel just. It's not numbness, but it's just like it's a strange feeling of it's like I want to be poetic. I want to be artistic. It's like seeing the sunrise. There's a feeling of seeing the sunrise or seeing the sun start to develop and you know be in the clouds, and it's just like it's a weird form of peace that I'm feeling right now. Um, it's like I'm not really wanting for anything. It's like I want to kind of like like I want to experience life like any other person, and but I'm like you know given different situations, you'd think that I would expect from myself that I would want, more adventure or, like that kind of thinking, like, well, I've got these things about me and, you know, there's people who are spiritually connected to me and follow me and, got all this and, you know, making pretty good money, I've got, people care about me and I basically got most of the things I really want right now. But I'm feeling oddly satisfied, and I say oddly satisfied because uh, I feel like a lot of my needs are fulfilled. But if I was to take an outside look at my life, I'd be like, I would be confused because I'd be like, well, I mean, analyzing myself, critiquing myself. I'm just like, well, you know, what are you really doing? So you don't have a car, you don't have a house, you don't have all I could list all these things I don't have, but I'm just like so flippin' spiritual as far as and I'm just like, man, I just feel good. It's like I don't need any of that. Right now my body specifically is just like, well, like my just who I am right now. It's just I feel just like devoted to like a spiritual journey, and that's fulfilling for me. Like I feel very very blessed, and um I've got a lot of wisdom And part of what my wisdom is telling me right now, my experience and training, you know, and being an adult, and it's just telling me that so just sit back and relax a bit. But I'm thinking, I'm just like, well, right now I don't really feel like doing anything. And then I'm just like, yeah, exactly. It's exactly what you should be doing. It's just nothing. I'm like, nah, it's no fun. But I feel like just doing nothing. Clearly I'm doing things. And in retrospect, I was thinking today, aside from any, spiritual things and supernatural things, not taking, pushing all of that aside, which I've been developing the ability to do that very well. Just kind of trying to be, quote unquote, real world. You know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm crossing the street, and well, I've not crossed the street yet. I was about to, standing there. I got my scooter, and I'm feeling good. But I'm, just kind of there by myself, feeling good. Not feeling, but strangely, like I don't feel out of place. I feel, just fit right in. I'm just standing there, got my, Crimson Tide Alabama hat on and my vests on, and I'm comfortable with how I look, and I got my scooter. I like my scooter. I'm comfortable. Feeling my leadership. I feel like a leader, but I'm being respectful. That's just my mood. I'm just feeling good. I'm like, what am I doing? I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what am I doing right now? I'm like, well, I'm about to cross the road and not really doing anything. But I could read the situation and feel kind of like the vibe. And, it's like rush hour or whatever. I'm like, I could definitely get the vibe that I'm inspiring people right now. I could be inspiring people in different ways. People are, you know, they're doing their thing. I'm just like doing my thing, and I realize that I am inspiring people, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really doing anything, but I'm a part of certain people's lives, and that's how I feel right now. And I say my feelings are valid, and I've seen guys before where you know, they're kind of they're in a part of their life where they're just seeking spirituality. It's not uncommon, and they're satisfied, and you know, I don't know. I'm in a little bit of conflict as far as what how to adjust myself as far as because I know that, like, I have different moods and different mentalities and stuff, but given everything I just said, and taking perspective, um, I don't know, I just feel like chilling. I really don't feel like doing anything. Uh, I feel like maybe taking better care of, you know, putting an effort into paying more attention to earthly things, I should say. As far as like, oh, I should clean this. I should, you know, that is basically it. But as far as other like worldly concerns, I'm like, well, no, everything's pretty much taken care of as long as I just keep doing my thing. Like, where should I, putting all my focus into like spirituality and stuff. I have appreciation for it. That's, I think, kind of, I don't even want to say the word unique, but it's just my perspective, you know. Everybody has perspectives and opinions. It's like, well, put all my focus here and put an effort to take better care of, where I live and areas, just cleaning and doing stuff like that more so. But that's not a big thing, But I don't know. It's like part of me is like, am I going to get bored? Am I going to get, I'm just like, man, I just feel, so what if I get bored? And if I do, it's just like, why is that something to worry about? It's like, what is there to worry about? And like my ability to handle situations has developed to a point where I'm just like, man, I'm just like super comfortable. Like I know my supernatural abilities. Maybe it's not everything, but just I know I don't know. It's weird because like I would say to myself like, well, like part of me in my upbringing is like, well, you've done good. There's still more out there for you, for myself, but maybe it's time to move on to other things. I'm like, it's like I'm open to God's will. I'm pretty, you know, nonchalant, so to speak. I'm just because I'm experienced. I'm just like God's will happen whether or not I want it to. I'm just accepting, you know, uh, going with the flow, so to speak. So I'm just like, well, and part of me questions myself. It's like, why do I want to worry about things? This is a good question. I think that's a human thing. It's like, you worry about basic necessities, but I'm like, all my basic necessities are pretty much met. So it's like, there's a part of me that's, I've done so much, to me, you know, the word adventuring, like I've experienced a lot and adventured quite a bit and been outside quite a bit. And I'm just like, well, I just feel like not worrying about things, which is kind of an interesting statement for me. And I don't know. So just want to make this video. It's a therapy video, and just me talking. And as I've said before, I rewatch these videos, and it's helpful for me. And also for those people who do watch and care about me, it kind of explains kind of what I'm thinking about in general. So anywho, appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna get going. All right, bye.